नमस्कार दोस्तों, आप सभी का स्वागत है मन की बात आरजे अर्चना के साथ, जहां मेरी कोशिश रहती है कि मैं आप लोगों की रूबरू कराऊं उन तमाम इंस्पायरिंग पर्सनालिटीज़ के साथ जो हमारी ज़िंदगी को हमेशा के लिए इंस्पायर करते हैं। आज की कोशिश भी कुछ खास है। आज हमारे साथ एक स्पेशल गेस्ट है। इनके बारे में जितना भी कहा जाए उतना ही कम है। ये सिर्फ एक IAS ऑफिसर ही नहीं, बल्कि इनके साथ साथ सोसाइटी में कहाँ तकलीफ़ें हैं, कौन से निम्नतम जगह पर जो हमारी गांव है, हमारी रूरल कंट्री है, वहाँ के लोगों को भी कैसे हम मेन स्ट्रीम तक ला सकते हैं, यही कोशिश है इनकी। With all your best wishes and my parents' blessings, today we are with our retired IAS officer Chandana Khan. Ma'am, a warm welcome to मन की बात आरजे अर्चना के साथ। Our viewers are truly waiting for an inspiring personalities like you to listen to your schooling, your career journey, how have been your IAS journey since 1979. Would you like to please express to us?
Thank you, Archana, for taking this video about me. To start with, when I say I belong to Kolkata, it's not that from the beginning, but my educational career started and till I joined IAS in 1979, I was in Kolkata. When Kolkata gave me the opportunity to complete my MA and Phil from Jadavpur University, one of the premier universities in India. And I think the city formed my personality to a great extent. I was in the midst of Bengali culture, and as all of you know, Bengalis are very much culturally inclined. Music, poetry, painting, all these are in their blood. In my humble way, I started painting from my school days, which I still retain now. I have participated in a number of exhibitions in India and abroad. Apart from that, I am very fond of writing in Bengali, my mother tongue. I have published quite a few books of poems and also a couple of novels and short stories. I joined IAS, as I said, in 1979, which opened a world of opportunities for me. IAS was really the stepping stone that took me in a different world and gave me immense opportunities to learn in different branches and areas, and also to understand rural life, human beings. I was allotted to then undivided Andhra Pradesh and worked in districts like Srikakulam, Rajahmundry, which is East Godavari, Tirupati, and finally, and Kadapa, of course, I was collector Kadapa. And finally, I landed in Hyderabad and again worked in different sectors. Initially, language was a difficult area because Telugu I had to learn. But as I went along, I found that the people here were cooperative, supportive, and appreciated any small work that I did for them. The urban girl that I was in Kolkata, I developed my love for rural areas, rural folk, their problems, and also learned a lot from them.
Ma'am, we all know for you being very caring and very kind towards the children and women from the rural areas. Would you like to express your views upon it?
I worked for the cause of women, children, and disabled persons. I had first level encounter with rural women who, despite their willingness and talents, could not flourish due to different social taboos and financial difficulties. I helped in forming women's groups, thrift groups, who also worked for income generation. I worked for children, especially child labor, and rescued many of them from areas like bangle making, beedi leaf rolling, domestic work, and got them admitted to residential schools. Mostly residential schools, so that they would be protected and would not roll back again into their child labor activities.
Ma'am, for good cause, we always expect support from the environment, from the surroundings. However, when you initiated this great work towards the rural women and children, how was the supportive system from their families?
Definitely there were failures. When you deal with human life and human situation, it is not easy. Children, after rescue also, will be again put by their parents into physical work because they wanted the income generated by the children. Laws are not adequate, and everywhere we cannot work with force because we won't be there all the time. Therefore, it was more counseling, more incentives, more patience that were required to see that they are on the right track.
Ma'am, what would be your message to the parents and the civilians to eradicate, to stop child labors?
Well, I start with the famous utterance of Swami Vivekananda, who said that as long as there is one illiterate person in this country, I will call all educated persons as traitors. Means it is the job of each and every educated person to look at other human beings and support the difficult ones to come up and be established. So far as civilians are concerned, I always say that yes, government has a role, definitely important role to look after different difficult segments, but civil society has its own role too. For example, we know a lot of people who have time on hand, especially after retirement, and definitely they can devote some time around them, wherever bastis are there, poor people are there, maybe to impart education, teach them, counsel the parents, and therefore civil society can be very useful and productive. I know there are people who are really helping in these areas, especially in Shantiniketan where I have an NGO. I depend a lot on the civil society people, my university alumni and all, many of whom have retired, to support in the field of education, in the field of skill training, in counseling, etc.
Our viewers, including me, we are curious to know you have been an IAS officer for the government of Andhra Pradesh. What made you to open this NGO, Margin to Mainstream, in West Bengal, Bolpur? Would you like to please express your views upon it?
Well, as I have told you earlier, I have been working in Andhra Pradesh and Kolkata. A few years before I retired, it came to my mind that I have worked for the people in these two states, but I would like to do something in my native state too. Native state, that is West Bengal. Why did I choose Bolpur Shantiniketan? I went there to do 1 year casual course in sculpture in Vishwabharati Kala Bhavan, and then a bond started between me and the place, that is Shantiniketan. Definitely it is Rabindranath Tagore's place, an inspiring place, a place that reminds you that there are lots to do for humanity. So, I started working there initially with 5 villages, which have become 12, got a lot of volunteers, engaged teachers, and started with primary education, joyful learning. I did not start regular schools, but my motto was to impart joyful education to school dropouts, even to school children who don't regularly go to school, and give many more inputs in education than ordinary schools do. In the course, I met their parents, other women, who wanted to learn something useful. And with my interest in craft, I organized teaching of skills in areas of textile like tie and dye, batik work, and kantha stitch. Slave women and adolescent girls picked up the skills. Today, they are able to market the same with some help from my organization, and their products have also come to Telangana. It is a myth that there will be obstacles and challenges in good work. I would like you to know that if you do not have any political motive or your own financial motive, no one obstructs.
Ma'am, also we would like to know, have you initiated this program, Margin to Mainstream, before your retirement or after your retirement?
I started the work a few years before my retirement, but full-fledgedly I started working thereafter. Well, many have asked me also whether I faced any negative challenge, obstruction. Let me tell you, people do appreciate good work in rural India. If there is no political affiliation or financial motive, people appreciate good work because they can see before their eyes how they are women and children are getting empowered. And you also know that so far as the children are concerned, many are first generation learners. Their parents mostly work in the field, cannot take care. So far as women are concerned, they also do not have any guiding hand. Today's scenario is different. Even their men folks, the husbands or fathers, because of the opening of so many medias, they know the value of work and the need for income.
As a retired IAS officer, what would be your special message to the aspiring IAS candidates, ma'am?
Well, IAS is one of the avenues. Maybe a good job at the top level in government. And those who succeed, they have many opportunities. But those who also do not succeed doesn't mean that they are not good students or good material. Element of luck also is there. All I want to say is that if you want to work for the country, for society, for people, nothing can stop you. And there are many more ways to serve. Archana.
Ma'am, we are truly thankful to you for sharing your inspiring life story with us. With a positive note, we will reconnect with you once again on my official YouTube channel Mann Ki Baat RJ Archana के साथ. Thank you, ma'am.